Hello and welcome to Auntie Collins Predictions Challenge. I'm your host, Auntie Collins. If you're new here, hi, hello, I am Collins. This is Penny Lane Ham Sandwich. She might bark. There's some other dogs going around in the picture. This isn't my usual setup, but it will do because we have on the card, on the docket today, we are predicting AEW's pay-per-view of Full Gear. It's going on tomorrow, so I'm recording this Friday morning. It is pouring down rain here in Seattle, and we have a pay-per-view tomorrow on the 13th. I'm very stoked for it. Rampage has not happened. I haven't really seen any sort of like addition to the card, so we've got 10 matches. I'm ready to predict them for you. Now, if you're new, we do a predictions challenge using the Google form provided down below. Links and everything will be provided down below. You can always check me out on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, even though I haven't really been going on Facebook because who uses Facebook anymore? I'm avoiding Facebook right now, but everything is at Callzorgs, as in Collins, but a robot. I'm never doing that again. Okay, so we do this predictions challenge. Each person goes into the Google form document. You are predicting the card. The winners of this predictions challenge gets to be crowned the Auntie Collins Predictions Champion. You get to hold a virtual belt. I would love to get one made because I think that would be so much fun, but we'll see. But the winner is going to get a prize that I have to figure out. But I will post on Twitter. But if you are the winner, not only will you just be the Auntie Collins Predictions Champion, but why don't I put some of my own money into it? Why don't I crown the winner with some money, some merch? You like that idea? Tell me where you're coming from down below in the comment section. Tell me what snacks or drinks that you're looking forward to having during the pay-per-view, and let's just get right into the card. I've recorded this intro 4 times because I'm a numpty and I have dogs who barked during the first one, and then I wasn't actually recording any audio. So we're just gonna go. I just want to get this up so that we can all play at the same time and watch this pay-per-view. Okay, so we have 10 matches. We have one buy-in match, which is Nyla Rose and Jamie Hayter versus Hikaru Shida and Thunder Rosa. It is a tag team match, no other stipulation. There are some background for each character that have been highlighted in different segments, either on Dark or on Elevation. So just know that there hasn't been like a huge like, oh, you know, this person has a begrudging match, you know, against whomever. It's really Nyla Rose and Jamie Hayter are heels or bad guys, and Shida and Thunder Rosa are good guys. Currently, Shida just hit 50 wins by defeating Serena Deeb. However, we remember after that match, Serena Deeb got her revenge. So could Serena Deeb interfere in this match? Possibly. Thunder Rosa is my pick to win the TBS Championship, which is a tournament going on since their TV deal is moving to TBS from TNT. And it's a women's belt, which I love women's wrestling. I think women's wrestling is far more exciting than most men's wrestling, but, you know, I'm just gonna not upset most people, but women wrestlers are amazing. And I love women's wrestling. So I think Thunder Rosa is going to be a champion. Like, I think that she could be the TBS champion. if she can defeat, Jade Cargill, which people think that Jade Cargill is a shoo-in to win. Could Jade Cargill be a factor in this? I'm not sure, but my pick is for Nyla Rose and Jamie Hayter. Both of them are stinky heels. Both of them have teams behind them that will interfere. We all know that, Vicky Guerrero, which is the manager for Nyla Rose, is going to interfere in some way. Jamie Hayter has Rebel, not Reba, and Britt Baker, which Britt Baker has a match, so maybe she might not interfere herself. But definitely Rebel is going to, we've seen Rebel do dodgy things on the outside, so I definitely think the heels are going to take this. It's going to elongate that feud. It's going to highlight the TBS Championship tournament that will resolve in January, where they do crown the TBS champion. So that's my pick for the buy-in. Now, if you didn't know, you can get the buy-in on YouTube before you even watch the show. I don't recall where you can purchase the pay-per-view. I think you can get it on the BR Live app and on Fight TV for international. But I could be wrong, and you could tell me in the comments, and I would love to hear how wrong I am. Tell me. I want to hear it. So, that's my pick for the buy-in. Okay, so let's just start. So, main card on this pay-per-view, we have Pac and Cody Rhodes versus Malachi Black and Andrade El Idolo. Who do I have for this? Now, I think that you should go back to Wednesday and watch Pac versus Dax Harwood. Somebody's going to tell me if I'm right or wrong because I don't have a script today. But Pac's match on Wednesday was incredible. Like, the things that Pac does with his body are not real. I don't think he's real. I think he might be a cartoon, an animation. But Pac and Cody Rhodes versus Andrade and Malachi Black. Now, we've seen this story with Andrade kind of, saving Malachi Black with his feud with Cody Rhodes. Malachi Black has been getting the wins over Cody. So I think Malachi Black and Andrade, I think that they're going to elongate that feud. They're going to take that bond that they just introduced, that partnership between them. And I think that we're going to see that go forward. So I think Malachi Black and Andrade are going to win, but they're not going to win clean. I'm suspicious because Arn and Cody Rhodes just reunited. So I'm wondering where that animosity went. I'm wondering why they just stopped feuding, I guess, because Arn was really telling him, like, showing his frustration for how Cody has been acting. He hasn't been living up to the expectations. So, I mean, it's nice to see Pac back after his long, time away. It would be nice if he got another victory, but I think Wednesday was his time to shine. So, Malachi and Andrade for that match. All right, so we have a Falls Count Anywhere match between Christian Cage with the Jurassic Express, which is Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, versus the Super Click, which is Adam Cole, Bay Bay, and, well, wait, how does he do it? Bay Bay, yeah, Bay Bay, and the Young Bucks, and it's so hard to make a decision here because either way could be paramount to success for others, correct? So we could see, the emphasis that would be put on Jungle Boy, because Jungle Boy has been in this, he's been really the focal point of the good guys, where the Super Click are really, utilizing their heel behavior to eliminate Jungle Boy. But we're seeing Jungle Boy a little bit more edgy and a little bit more He's kind of grown some facial hair. He's doing, a little bit harder hitting moves than we've been, you know, suspecting of him. And I'm going to suspect that Christian Cage and Jungle Boy are not going to see eye to eye, and Luchasaurus is really just going to take Jungle Boy's side. So I think the good guys are going to implode on each other. I think that there's going to be something that's going to happen there that Adam Cole and the Young Bucks, with their experience and their tenacity, they're going to take advantage of that slip in character, and they're going to, steal the win, or, rightfully so, which is going to create possibly this feud that I would like with Christian Cage and Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. I like them together, but it seems written in the stars for me. Okay, so the next match that I want to talk about is a match that I don't give a hoot about because I don't really like these two wrestlers. It is a singles match. It is Darby Allin versus MJF. It's one of those feuds that if you like MJF and you like Darby Allin, this is going to be your bread and butter kind of match. It's going to be heel, underdog, heel versus the underdog, kind of that thing where MJF has Wardlow in his back pocket, Darby Allin has Sting in his back pocket. Like, there's going to be multi-factors in this match. It's going to be expected. I think that MJF could bring out something in Darby Allin. I just don't care about these two wrestlers as much as maybe I should. And I presume that MJF is going to give Darby Allin a loss. I do. I think that MJF needs a win here because he lost to Chris Jericho at All Out. He's been he's been losing his big matches. So MJF's going to take the win here. I think it's going to create, further feuds down the line, or it's going to create a feud with Wardlow because we do see the break in their friendship a little bit with MJF and Wardlow, which I am Team Wardlow. I love Wardlow. I'm big fan of him. But this is just the one. Well, actually, there's another match on this card that I just don't really care about. And that would be the Inner Circle, which is Chris Jericho, Jake Hager, Sammy Guevara, Santana, and Ortiz versus Men of the Year, which is Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky with the American Top Team, which is a bunch of... I don't care about it. I'm so sorry. I know that this is supposed to draw like a certain type of viewer, and I'm not the demographic for this. So it's a Minneapolis street fight, which if you know anything about wrestling, it's a street fight, which means there's no rules there. You can use weapons. Like, maybe people will wear jeans, like that's kind of the factor in that situation. But I have to pick something. I would assume that the Inner Circle would win, but I think it would really benefit Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky. But I could see Chris Jericho pinning freaking Dan Lambert, who I like. His voice just irritates me, If that's his whole shtick, he's doing a great job. And I have to make a choice here, and I didn't script this video, which is awesome. I can't change my mind. So I'm going to see, like, they're just, I don't know if they're going to extend this feud out, but do I go with my gut or do I go with my heart? Because my heart wants Ethan Page and a Scorpio Sky, but my gut is telling me that the Inner Circle is going to win. So I'm going to go with my gut, and if I'm wrong, I'll be happy about it. So I got the Inner Circle going up on it. Woo, hometown faves. I mean, not really hometown, but they're part of the big thing. I don't know. Okay, so we have matches to get to that I really am stoked about. We have the Lucha Brothers, Penta El Zero Miedo and Rey Fenix versus FTR. This is a tag team match for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. The last pay-per-view, if you just want to see one match from All Out, I would suggest the cage match between the Lucha Brothers versus the Young Bucks. You will not be disappointed. You will not be disappointed. So, this is the Lucha Brothers' first pay-per-view defending their titles. I think they're easily going to go over. I think FTR taking the AAA titles from them, it's going to extend a feud further, but I think it would be amiss to take any sort of momentum away from the Lucha Brothers. We've seen that AEW likes longer reigns, so I would hope that AEW wouldn't cheapen the tag team champion belts with a short reign here. So we got the Lucha Brothers going up on that one. We have a singles match between CM Punk versus Eddie Kingston. My man, my Yonkers bud, Eddie Kingston. If you want to, I'm also going to link it down below. Read his article that he wrote. I was floored. I fell more in love with Eddie Kingston. I know that a lot of people have feelings about CM Punk, and CM Punk can't lose, and why would he just lose to Eddie Kingston, blah, 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 blah. But hear me out. Eddie Kingston has been on fire. And CM Punk has also been on a different fire plane, right? So we're going to get a match where two people are going to beat the absolute shit out of each other. And the winner of that match is going to be the audience. The viewers of that match are going to be the true winners. But Eddie has been losing big matches. And I think it's paramount for Eddie Kingston to gain some momentum back. And I don't think that CM Punk would... I don't think that he would lose anything from losing. I don't think that it would make him look less than. And I think it's time for Eddie Kingston to get his revenge on CM Punk. If you've seen any of the dirt sheets or anything going on, you've seen kind of their history, their checkered past, if you will. And I just really want to see Eddie Kingston win. I'm going with my heart on this one. It could go either way, but I think with what we've seen from Eddie Kingston building up to this match, what we've seen from CM Punk, I truly believe Eddie Kingston is going over on that one. Okay. So that's the first half of this card. We still have... Oh, excuse me. That was a hiccup. We still have 3 more matches to go. So we have the AEW World Championship Eliminator Tournament Final. The winner will receive a future AEW World Championship match. And we've come down to Bryan Danielson. I was about to call him Daniel Danielson, which I keep calling him Daniel Danielson. But it's Bryan Danielson versus Miro. Miro, we all know, took the spot of Jon Moxley. Jon Moxley checked into treatment. We give him all the best here. You all know my history with sobriety. It, it when you check yourself in, you really are so strong to admit, and I've seen a lot of people show their support for him. So I love that AEW has said that they're, supporting him. But I also love the opportunity with Miro. So with that said, Bryan Danielson versus Miro. It's hard because I want to see Bryan Danielson win. I love him. He's from our area. Like, just seeing his run with AEW, seeing the rich history of seeing him in WWE and his rich history before WWE come to fruition and be really truly showcased in AEW, since WWE really does whitewash everything. They kind of, forget that people had pasts before they came to WWE. But I really like how AEW has really showcased Bryan Danielson, especially with his last match with Rocky Romero, showing that, this is where he started. But Miro is giving him a run for his money here. I would never want to be up against Miro, because that would be the day that I die. Like, he will murder at any cost. And it is full steam ahead. I feel like they've kind of added a rocket ship all of a sudden to Miro. There really wasn't any plans for him in the back, according to people. But it's hard to say, because it's like, okay, he's a last ditch kind of, he's a replacement, for what could have been, which would have been Jon Moxley versus Bryan Danielson. But if I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to put money on it, with this predictions challenge, I've got to say, this is so hard. This is so hard. And this is why I love the predictions, because it's so hard, because it's like, oh, but I could see it this way, but I could also see it this way. So, and I haven't watched any other predictions videos at all. I haven't read any other predictions. I'm going to after I post this, but I'm going to bet on Miro. I'm going to bet on Miro. I'm going to bet on him. And if I'm wrong, great. But if I'm right, holy shit. Holy shit. Because that'll be a good match. That'll be a good match for the AEW World Championship. So that we're gonna go on that. I'm being so ballsy today. Whew. Okay, so we have our singles match for the AEW World Women's World Championship. We have Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, versus Tay Conti. I have Britt Baker taking the title, retaining the title, excuse me. Tay Conti showcased her talent on Wednesday, really showcased how she has grown in the last 2 years as a wrestler. We saw her in NXT. We saw what the Performance Center brought out of her, and now we've seen what AEW has done with her, and it is a joy seeing her. She is so happy where she is. However, Britt Baker is not dropping the title to Tay Conti. Let's face it. So, Britt Baker taking it all here. We have one more match, and it is for the singles match for the AEW World Championship. I should have worn my Anxious Millennial Cowboy shirt, but it is in the laundry. It is waiting for me on Saturday. It is your champion, Kenny Omega, versus Hangman Adam Page. And you know what? This has been 3 years in the making. This has been built before our eyes. There have been peaks, there have been valleys. We've seen a friendship torn apart. And I thought that this was going to be resolved at All Out, but no, it was not. We did see a great match between Kenny Omega and Christian Cage at All Out, which was fine. But I think we are going to see magic before our eyes with Kenny Omega versus Hangman Adam Page. And Hangman Adam Page is going to get it. He is going to get it. We are going to see a story be told before our eyes. How far Hangman Adam Page has come from that first AEW pay-per-view. Where Hangman Adam Page, if you remember, he was up against Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho, we all know, was the first AEW World Champion. And Chris Jericho really proved that he was not ready. Hangman Adam Page is ready now. He has proved himself time and time again. He has really gone through a metamorphosis of who he is as a character, as a wrestler even. And I think we're ready for the Hangman Adam Page era. My money's on Hangman Adam Page. Penny, is your money on Hangman Adam Page? Yeah. Are you seeing the birds? So, these are my predictions. That is all 10 matches as of Friday morning at 11 a.m. PST. I want to know what you think is going to be the match of the night. I want to know what your predictions are. Get your predictions down on the card below. I'm stoked. I am so excited for this match. This pay-per-view. I am so beyond stoked. And thank you so much for watching. Oh my God, I'm so awkward on YouTube. I need to make more YouTube videos. So if you like this, give us a like, subscribe. If you've gotten to this, leave a green heart emoji down below, or even a purple heart emoji because of my hair, which is weirdly not my vibe right now. Like, I feel like the next time you'll see me, I'm going to have different hair again because that's who I am as a person. But with that said, I've been Collins. Check us out, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at Callsorgs down below. Get your predictions now on the Google form down below. Win some Mooney for some merch. I will see you on Saturday, live tweeting on Twitter. Be blessed and drink water, hydrate, don't be stupid, and let's just have some fun. Get to predicting. Bye. Love you.